So we'll just have a walk around Catania today, starting off near the hotel. It's a local shop there with the double and triple parking. Now come to the bottom of Via Independencia to turn right. I never did find out what that was. So if we turn right here, we're going to make our way westwards and cut into Via Etnia. On the way, the market. This is the one in Piazza Spirito Santo. And there's the church, which we'll have a look at in a minute. That's the view from the church steps, and we're going to head further westward now towards Via Etnia, where we meet first the public gardens called Villa Bellini. But it's really just an ornamental public garden. It also tells you what date it is today. So there's Garibaldi again, and we are on Via Etnia, looking to the northwards there. And southwards towards Piazza del Duomo. But we've going to come a bit further to the west now, look at a couple more churches on the way down to the main square. And we're now in Piazza Stesicoro, which crosses Via Etnia. And we have the Roman amphitheatre. This is just a very small portion of the original. The rest of it is under the buildings around the square. But you can actually go down the tunnels and underneath and imagine you're the next act to come on to meet the lions. There are some of the volcanic lava blocks of which this and most other things in Catania are built, including the pavement surfaces. You look over the top along Corso Sicilia. And then back the other way, looking again up towards the church on the square. Right, back out into the square. There seems to be a large demand for balloons around here. There are plenty of open air markets scattered all over the place, but this one seems to specialise in balloons. We've come slightly further west again. Now this first church, well, it was a church, now the Archaeological Museum. Had a very interesting talk in there about history, the Normans, to a very well spoken gentleman. These two again, that's the Archaeological Museum. And these are on via Croce. Now, yes, Jesuiti, and further west to San Nicolo. Now this, as you can see, is unfinished. Even the columns aren't finished here. It's the biggest church in Sicily. It forms part of a Benedictine convent next door, which itself is the second largest in Europe. I try in these shots to give an impression of how massive this place is, which is undergoing restoration, of course. But mainly fairly bare, like these parts. There is a longitude line here. I don't know which longitude it is, but I don't think it's Greenwich. Now this part of the church, right in the core, is the only one, as far as I could see, that was more or less as it would have been in its heyday. Even though it is used for storage in parts. Back outside into the square, Piazza Dante. You see some of the local police force. As you know, there are various police forces in Italy, municipal, state, carabinieri, and goodness knows what else. They're always ubiquitous. There's another variety or two. Now the building next door now seems to be sort of government building, and we've moved south and looking back at the church there, and we're coming down onto Vittorio Emanuele. And squashed in just behind Vittorio Emanuele is the Odeon, 3rd or 2nd century AD Roman. Will no doubt undergo restoration any time now. There's San Francesco, which is on Vittorio Emanuele, and we'll see that tomorrow morning. We've got an afternoon flight and we shall have more time to see Catania. We've dropped through onto Via Garibaldi and we're looking right down to the city gate there, and the other way looks into Piazza del Duomo. We've come through the piazza again to where we were in the dark the other evening, just above Piazza del Duomo on the south end of Via Etna, from where it is said you can see Mount Etna. Well, I'm sure you can, but perhaps it was misty. Now there's the university building that we saw the other evening, and looking down past our Cafe Python into Piazza del Duomo. You then walk through the square again, past that fountain. There's another market, and a sort of rather run-down area which we'll see more of tomorrow morning. Now on the way back to the hotel it became evening, and we had a look at that fairground that we saw the other morning.